Okay, good afternoon. It is October 20th and it is Thursday. I've made a couple changes here. You now just see a wall. I, by myself, pushed this treadmill around a little bit so it was straight. And you don't see the ceiling anymore. And I have no new equipment yet. I was listening to something about thumbnails today. It is afternoon and I am home. You can kind of see the sides of the treadmill there. Because I had to take the day off because I had a dentist appointment. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess I should do 9 cavities. Yes, I did. Hadn't been to the dentist in 7 years. I'm not proud of that. There are a lot of excuses that go into that story, but another time. So I had to take 2 sleeping pills last night. It's a sedation protocol they have, and then 2 more when I got there, and I was still alert and oriented. But we left at 7 o'clock this morning. Should have only taken 35 minutes to get there. We're in the car for like 5 minutes. The maps changed to 1 hour and 46 minutes. Some big old accident. I live on or off of one of the most insane highways in this country. It's worse than Florida. It's worse than Texas. It's worse than California. I don't know what happens, but anyway, I go ballistic. I'm like, I had to take a day off work for this. I'm sedated. I can't drive. Yada, 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 yada. Poor mother-in-law's next to me. Call the dental place. I'm stuck in traffic. This is ridiculous. Talking to my husband. And we go, I don't know, 10, 15 more minutes. Poof. Maps changed back to 31 minutes, not 35. I kid you not. We see nothing. There's nothing obvious going on. I mean, there were rows and rows and rows of semis and trucks. So something, but whatever it was gone. And all that anger and all of that emotion, because then I get there and I'm just like, I was calm, but now I think chimney crickets. There was nothing I could do about it. It was unlikely that they would say, no, you have to come back another day, we're gonna resedate you. But I think of, why could I have not handled that with more grace? Why could I not calm down? I couldn't do anything about it. Why not just have a talk with my mother-in-law? Enjoy the ride. Well, it's one of the biggest things I wish I could change about myself is my reaction to things I can't control. Day before, had a meeting, bunch of us with a couple other people, and one of the people was just wired so tight, and you could tell she was having a bad day, but I was like, oh my God. It's one of the things I like least about myself. It's very rare that I'll ever go after somebody. I believe like respectful communication is so important to me. But I don't do a good job when someone or a situation comes at me. And I think after, man, that's a skill. And it's something that I profoundly wish for myself. And I am no spring chicken. Okay. I think, wouldn't life be easier if we all shared a brain? We are these souls, personalities walking around in these bodies. in bone with this fascinating thing called consciousness. Yet everything we see, everything we interact with, it's in here. I mean, most of us don't hear voices. Most of us are aware of just our own consciousness. And I'm not getting into the really trippy parts of consciousness, because I think consciousness is huge. And if you meditate and you believe in, the multiverse dimensions, where you could possibly be simultaneously in many dimensions, but the consciousness to which I'm associated and attached right now is in this body and that's all it sees. It can interpret the world, it can meditate, and some pretty fascinating things can happen, but I can't go into my mother-in-law's body and look at me, because that would probably help a lot, or see myself from someone else's vantage point. That would be really valuable. I always wonder, how does this world hold 8 billion of us? 8 billion complicated people with all these emotions. Interesting. I am here, and I didn't think I was going to be here because of the whole dental thing, sedation thing. But one of the things that, through meditation and just all these things that you come into contact with, are called habit stacks. I learned this in BLE. I think she probably got it from someone else. It might be her own. But it's when you set up a string of things to do. You get up, you brush your teeth, you have your coffee, or you have the coffee, eat, brush your teeth, sit down. For me, my morning habit stack became get up, get myself up to this room. I was meditating before I got the Peloton. Now it's getting on the Peloton, figuring the rest out. And I'm kind of rearranging my morning habit stack. The evening habit stack needs a lot more work, because I think the meditation is going to have to go to that. But there's so much to be said for that. I'm here today, even though I didn't think I would be, with everything that was going on, because this is becoming part of my habit stack. And how wonderful is that? So, kind of a little bit of a scattered plot today, but it's really about going with the flow. Yesterday turned into a cluster, made it happen anyway. Today, super cluster, and at the end of the day, where am I? I'm on my Peloton, I'm doing my steps, I'm recording day 5, and I'm taking care of myself. I think taking care of yourself and drilling down into being mindful is a gateway to consciousness, to waking up and being conscious. So, be mindful, mindful, mindful. I'm going to steal a saying from Monique Rhodes. She did a mini course for Susan Pierce Thompson in Bright Line Eating. It's called In Your Right. Well, her podcast is called In Your Right Mind. Check that out. But she ends her meditation with "Go gently in the world," and that is something that I am going to endeavor to do. So, I will see you back here tomorrow morning, Friday, and I wish you a blessed rest of the day. Dahanavad.